of stuff are they giving you the most trouble about in terms of censorship? Nudity or
like
language?
waking up.
Just getting out of bed in the morning?
They just have it in their minds that they want to hire somebody, but they don't want any communication made. You know, they want to like make you into something. I don't know. It's like, I guess it goes into white homes. They're worried about that a lot.
What do they? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Gwen Barrett, our associate producer, or sometime producer, is black. You know, and Carmen Matias is
You
Hispanic.
have to be colored to be on television.
Yeah, colored.
Yes, you can't be black. You have to have a little colored in there, just a taste.
Tad.
Yeah, just to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah. Well, she said, and we were talking about your humor, that your humor offends white people, and I'm not that easily offended. Like, I'm not coming from a spot where Richard Pryor is going to offend me. I think you have humor that makes us see a lot of the truth and laugh at things we wouldn't normally laugh at. I think that's part of what you're doing. I think so. What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? I could have sworn that I put the chat a little bit differently. I wonder what's going on with my camera now. Seems like my camera isn't getting any power. One of the things that I was trying to fix before stream. Hold on. Today has just been one of those days. Come on now. Maybe that'll get it working. Maybe that'll get it working. Give me a second. So today has been one of those days. And I really don't have to restart the stream for... There you go. I'll just use this camera for right now. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? How is everybody doing today? This is a midweek stream, and I'm going to try to stay calm on this stream because of reasons, but the world works in mysterious ways, right? I guess we can say Woden works in mysterious ways, right? Seeing this Wednesday. Anyway, how is everybody doing today? How is everybody enjoying today? Turn the mic up more, get a little bit more gain. Yeah, there we go. If I seem a little bit edgy or something like that, I have a test coming up, and I am utterly terrified of needles. I know, right? So, if you don't know, I've had some chronic health conditions that came up recently, and it was one of those things where it just was like, yeah, no, we're gonna teach you how much you can get stuck by needles. And I was a little incensed about that. So, yeah, that was a thing. And so, they have to check for blood clots and stuff like that, which when I was originally admitted to the hospital, I was admitted to with having that. And so, yeah, that's a thing that's been going on. So, now they want to stick me to do an IV test, and I'm just not prepared for that. But, let's get into the video. So, and I don't know how long we're gonna do videos today. Probably like an hour or so. So don't worry if there's plenty of videos on the channel that if you want to catch up on, you can actually go ahead and catch up on. But we're gonna actually get this going. Definitely get this going. So let's get into the first video, shall we? Some people may say I'm just an obsessive person. I obsess on things that bother me or tickle me or just make me come with just full outright hilarity. Yes. And the sad part about it is, hey, pay attention. I'm a gamer. I'm somebody who's played games since, I want to say 1988, 87-ish. I've been playing games for a very long time. And outside of the fake outrage, you see DEI hire, diversity. It's weird to me, some of the stuff that I've been seeing. Very, very weird. One of which is this video. Now I kind of saw it on my own a few months back, but shout out to Icon. He actually gave me this video to react to get my thoughts about. And I watched it. I already rewatched it, and I have some points that I want to break down about it. Yes, I pre-watched this video, but I felt I can explain my points better just explaining this video. So go ahead and let's get into the video.
Where are the games at?
Where are the games?
Where are the games?
It's dry. Where are the games?
I hate this narrative because there are games, but it's a narrative that's put out there by people that are upset that PlayStation doesn't bring its games to PC, but there are no games. But you're simultaneously upset that the games aren't on PC day one, date and date. I don't know. Let's go.
You kind of keep waiting for them to do their thing.
I don't see anything.
These are.
So let's go back a little bit. Didn't want 10 seconds.
You kind of keep waiting for them to do their thing.
I remember people desperately trying to get a PS5 and Scalp was being able to sell them in the same prices, all for nothing. there were games. Literally, there were games. But to just put it in like the whole, oh, there's no games, it just seems stupid to me. But let's continue.
I don't see anything.
These are easily the most pointless upgrades I've ever experienced.
What is the point of buying a console if you can just make a PC?
If you're gonna,
Because for a $500 or even $700 console, you get the same production value you get out of a $3,000 PC. And nobody wants to spend the time to make a PC. But let's. This narrative is just so stupid to me. But let's go.
everything on PC, why not just buy a PC and then console?
Where are the games? Where are the deadlines? Where are the projects? Where are the teases? Like, it feels weird that it's like,
Why buy consoles?
Now comes the fun part. We get to see how the development community takes advantage of that feature set.
And you know what? Here's the thing. This is what's so misleading. A lot of this video is just misleading and dishonest. It's a lot. It is very dishonest and misleading. You take a look at this, and this is just Xbox One. This is just showing Xbox One. You don't see what store it is. You don't see when it was. You just see, oh, well, this console generation, then there are no games. My God, these are games. Even though it looks small, even though it looks pitiful, because it's an Xbox, section, there are games. But let's go.
Something's happening with video game consoles. They've changed from machines people couldn't wait to get their hands on to machines people couldn't wait to forget. And after weeks of
So one of the things that kills me with these
change
pictures,
from machines people couldn't wait to get their hands on.
all of these pictures is just to remind you, remember when games were so better? They weren't this complicated. Remember life wasn't as complicated. You're just fueling nostalgia bait. That's all this is. It's remember how games were just much simpler?
On to machines people.
And listen to this. Xbox, PlayStation 5 and Series X and the Switch spending each decline in a minimum of 30% year on year. Hardware sending finishes the first quarter down 24% versus the first quarter of 2023. Now, I get it. 2024 is a decline from 2023, which is a decline of 2022. I wonder what was happening when more people were at home playing games. This is just weird. This is just one of those things where it's just like, some of these people that saying this have executive mindsets like, oh, we're supposed to have infinite growth. And people that's all the doom of the gaming industry is coming down off of a high that happened in 2020 and 2021 because everybody was at home and not doing things. But let's continue.
People couldn't wait to forget. And after weeks of digging, I boiled down every problem the 9th generation has.
Let me turn this down just a little bit.
Down to 3. So let's break them down, starting with the most obvious of them all, the games. You see, every console generation is measured by one thing and one thing only, the games. The 360 had Halo 3, the PlayStation.
So let's just look at what he put out here. Mind you. This is trying to invoke an image of, oh, these are the games. These are the games that everybody likes. I have not played an Uncharted game. Wasn't my cup of tea. Now, plop down God of War 3. Oh, then we have a conversation. See, this is the thing. Like, this is what I'm saying. This video is coming from an incredibly biased place. Because there's been games. There are probably games that you don't want to play, but there's been games. But because, oh, they're not the games that I wanted, the style of games I wanted, then there's no games. This came out 4 months ago. 4 months ago. That means by that time, There was already Stellar Blade. There was already Rise and Roman. There was what was another? Helldivers. These are games that were out just on PlayStation alone. But let's continue.
And one thing only, the games. The 360 had Halo 3, the PlayStation 3 had Uncharted, and
again, he's just naming. What about The Last of Us? That was on the PlayStation 3. Again, games that specifically you probably didn't want, games that you didn't like, but it doesn't mean that everybody didn't like them. But let's go.
the Wii had the Wii Sports Tennis game that broke all of our TVs. But unlike the previous generations, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X technically have way more games than any other console in history. Every week a new indie game releases, there's backwards compatibility for almost any game that you can think of, and if God forbid those older games didn't play well, then there's a pretty good chance it's been complete.
Now mind you, listen to what he's saying. He's praising indies, he's praising backwards compatibility, he's praising like remakes or remasters. He's praising that right now. But let's look how dishonest this can actually be.
Completely remade. So then why does this generation feel like it has nothing? How does that make any sense?
Because people bought into a narrative that there are no games when there are plenty of games. That's why.
Sense. Well, the answer starts getting more clear when we look at every hit this generation's had so far. There's a problem.
So, and this is where we better, contact you all, because the goalpost is actually starting to be moved. All of these games are, well, except for one, titled to be in the current generation, or excuse me, two. We see this. The deceptive idea of, oh, God of War Ragnarok, that's a PS4 game. No, it's not. It's a PS5 game. Elden Ring, that's a PS4 game. No, that's a PS5 game. Dead Space, that's an Xbox Series S. Series S is holding the X back, but still, you get the idea. This is just, he's doing it fast enough so you won't ask questions. And even when he tries to single them out, you will see what I mean. Let's go.
Do you see it? Hold on. Let me remove every game that was made primarily for the previous generation. Now let's
So this is one of the things that's really, really, really dishonest. If you go back and say that, hey, this game runs on PS4 or the older series, why, or PS4 versus PS5, why is Ratchet and Clank and Rift Apart still there? It's still there, even though it was made on the PS5. They said it was made for the PS5, but they downscaled it to the PS4. Why take out Sackboy? Again, this was one of the things that was made on the PS5 that was downscaled to the PS4. Elden Ring, God of War. These are things that it's just, you're being dishonest only to be dishonest and push your narrative, dog. But let's continue.
see it? Hold on. Let me remove every game that was made primarily for the...
And here is where the goalposts start being shifted. Well, is this type, then we have to go to the games that are only owned by the specific console company, and then once they're only owned by the specific console company, they have to be made by that specific console company's first party studios.
Previous generation. Now let's remove every game that's considered a better playing experience on the PC. And last but not least, let's remove...
And the console maker can't put them on PC because that's out of bounds for some reason. Really? Well, let's continue.
Every remake or remaster of an existing...
And it can't be a game that was previously came out before that we made better, or we actually just remade from the ground up. That's like me saying, well, it's not a dog unless it's a dachshund, and it's a dachshund that's black instead of brown. That's literally what they're doing. And people are buying into this because reasons want to start a narrative is stupid. But let's go.
Game. The list is dramatically smaller, isn't it? I mean, if these games tell us anything, it's that there's something in the water at Insomniac and we gotta protect them at all costs.
They love me.
But this generation's games are actually a bigger problem than you'd think when we compare them to the previous generations, specifically the Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii generation. For context, the 7th generation of consoles objectively had worse development tools, worse hardware to build games on, less people with skills to build them, and less documentation to learn from. I mean, these
And with all of this, I have to say, how are PC games any better? I don't know. Let's go.
consoles released before social media was even a thing. Yet here's the games they released during the same amount of time as the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
Now, here's the thing. You're gonna see this. How many of these games are available? Like, if you knock out everything else, how many of these games are on PC? Oblivion is definitely on PC. Grand Theft Auto 4 is definitely on PC. Assassin's Creed, that came out also, I think at the same time or very shortly after, on PC. This is what I mean. It's this, well, we have to have this standard for console gamers in order to make it seem like PC is actually good. It's stupid. But let's continue. The ones that you can probably say are still kind of exclusive is the Nintendo games because of Nintendo. But he's gonna flash again games up here that is gonna just hit that nostalgia, Oxycontin effect. But it doesn't mean that it's still not available in other platforms, which will preclude it off the list, like you precluded those other games off the list. But let's go.
That's pretty wild, right? You see, back then, every game was made solely for that generation of consoles without remakes, and you could forget
because there were no backwards compatibility that was offered. You're literally starting this at the tail end of a system where it wasn't backwards compatibility. Something that people cry about, even though they don't play the games. People cry about it, but they don't play the games.
about a PC port back then. I mean, that just wasn't a thing. Because during that time, Steam is just getting started, Blizzard makes like one game every decade, and Microsoft is pushing the insanely buggy games for Windows Live. But look, these games technically aren't telling you the full story. While most of these games are critically acclaimed,
something tells me that this is before he became a PC refugee. He was an Xbox guy. Something tells me that before he was a PC enthusiast, that he was an Xbox guy that may have been disappointed by Xbox's latest console moves. I don't know. Maybe.
Claimed. It's what they did for the industry that made the 7th generation so special. For example, Gears of War revolutionized third-person cover shooters, cooperative story, and the brown color palette that every game used for a lot longer than they should have. Wii Sports revolutionized motion controls made accessible for a brand new casual audience. Technically, because of the Wii, anyone could play games now. Rest in peace to all the TVs out there.
See, we not in my neighborhood. We had an issue, but I don't know. I've seen certain type of people just break TVs for no reason, but let's go.
And back then, Call of Duty actually revolutionized FPS controls, multiplayer progression, and 60 frames per second as a staple of competitive multiplayer.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Yo, shout out to people not giving MAG his credit of what it was actually good. MAG was actually really good at the time that Call of Duty was gaining its ground. But MAG was awesome. I'm sad that PlayStation actually got rid of that one, but let's go.
But what's more insane is that the publishers that absolutely dominated in the 7th generation have completely bombed in this generation.
Next generation gaming!
Warner Brothers was on top of the world with Batman and Shadow of Mordor, but then they release Suicide Squad, a game.
You know the sad part about it? I'm going to be completely honest with you. From the gameplay that I've seen of Suicide Squad, it just seems like they were just aping DCUO Online. Just from the gameplay, the way the OS looks, it looked like they were just aping DCUO Online. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe I didn't see it, but maybe I didn't see enough of the game. But that's what it seemed like to me.
Game that nobody wanted.
How you feeling, Floyd? Ready to kick your ass?
Nobody. Ubisoft dominates with Assassin's Creed, but then launches their quadruple A game Skull and Bones to crickets. Like, that game came out 2 months ago and no one's talking about it. It's already...
What does that have to do with console generations, especially if it's something that is not just on consoles? I don't get it. It's like you want to lay this at the feet of consoles, but all of these games are literally PC games as well. I don't get, like, help me understand that. All right, let's go.
Probably half off. Activision revolutionized multiplayer gaming with Call of Duty, a grounded military game, but now this is Call of Duty.
You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer.
Wait, is he talking about celebrity promotions? Is he talking about, I remember that cringy now video of all the celebrities that was from Call of Duty, where they was just, CGIing them in different parts of the battlefield. Or could he be one of those people that, DEI, it's a woman in pink in a game. Literally in a game that is making its money off of microtransactions. Again, this seems just incredibly dishonest. Incredibly dishonest. Oh my God, this is incredibly dishonest. Well, let's go.
Why is Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty? The war...
Wait. Where is it? Open a new tab. Now Modern Warfare 3. What was it? Excuse me. Yeah, this one. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This is old advertising. This is old advertising.
Watch and learn.
This is old advertising, right?
Awesome. Come on.
This is old advertising. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Oh, wait. Maybe you gonna have this. Maybe this is it, right?
Left, squad up. It don't matter where you been. It don't matter where.
Maybe this is it, right?
Modern Warfare is back again.
This is the advertisement that they want back in the day, right? This is the advertisement that they want back in the day. Miss me with this.
board game.
Money!
Also, Microsoft, you know, the single biggest video game publisher in the world right now? Well, they launched Redfall completely broken, Starfield completely empty, Lionhead Studios completely fired, laid off 4 more companies during the making of this video.
You what?
And released 3 buggy, incomplete Halo games in a row.
That sounds like a Microsoft problem.
And they all hurt. Every single one of them hurt me. Quite significantly. So here's the $1 million question.
And again, this shows his bias. He was an Xbox gamer and became a console refugee to PC. This just shows it, man. I'm like, it's like, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, dude, don't listen to him. But you have to understand where his bias is coming from. But let's go.
If not $1 billion. What the heck is happening with video games? Well, you see, the simple answer that gains a lot of social credit these days is making games is hard.
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 Now, using my personal experience in the software development field, I've been doing it for like 10 years, I can't argue that the process is difficult. But I can argue that these companies seem to have no idea what people...
Why does he keep showing Xbox people? Xbox clips? People that promote Xbox? Why? Alright,
actually want to play. And when we look at the games through that lens, we can start to see why we're getting so many remakes of games that were so successful before, so many live service Destiny or Fortnite clones, and why so many games are made for the previous generation with a high...
So besides this big conspiracy, here's the thing. Game company executives wants to make a return for the investors. So they go to a IP that they know actually sells. I know, weird. They want to make money. And here's the thing, just like how everybody hates microtransactions, they still make a lot of money. That's the simple part of it. But no, they want to ruin my gaming experience. How dare they? Miss me. And again, games like God of War, games like we literally have the Sony studio saying, yeah, we made this for the big one, for the new consoles, but we downgraded it to the old ones. Games like, oh, Elden Ring is different because FromSoft does FromSoft stuff. But again, y'all, like, you're just assuming this, or you're lying about it when we know what the developers actually said. But let's continue.
higher install base first instead of the new consoles we spent $600 of our hard-earned Canadian money on. They weren't cheap, guys. Maybe we start...
But yet, if you look at the build of his PC in the back, it doesn't look like his PC was built cheap either. This is one of those things was just like, you're complaining about stupid stuff. And I'm pretty sure, I'm guessing, if you look at this PC, it doesn't have any of an optical drive. It doesn't have a disk drive. But he'll be, PlayStation Pro, they have $700 for a console, and the console doesn't have a disk drive. But you looking at this cat's, you can see through his PC. And it doesn't look like an optical drive in there at all. But let's continue.
Start building for them. Just throwing that out there. Now, it might be because I love video games or because I'm Canadian and thus genetically predisposed to helping people come back stronger. That's that Zenkai in me, baby. So video game companies, here's some feedback that I'll give you free of charge. Ditch these consoles. No one thought the Xbox One was going to make it 2 years, let alone 11. Just take it out back to the farm, make it look at the sunset, do what you need to do. We're all on the same page. No one's going to be there and going to be like,
no, please, no, not the Xbox One and PS4, no.
Wait, why did it jump to the PS4? There are a lot of PS4s still out there in the wild, dog. There are a lot of PS4s still out there in the wild. What? Oh, the bias. The bias.
I love them so much.
bring them to the farm. You see, it's time to make games that people actually want. We're talking a non-live service.
They are literally making games people are there are actually buying. What are you talking about? You're pointing to some failures, as in the Suicide Squad or Halo, but people are buying games. Power World, as much as it doesn't look like it's a game for me, well, that was an Xbox game, so people aren't buying it. Oh, Spider-Man 2 sold what, 14 million copies within the first month? God of War Ragnarok sold like 12. You have games like Astrobot that's selling, at least 1 million. People are buying games, but it's so many of you idiots on YouTube that want to play this narrative, which, they want to play this narrative of they talk bad about how they're, especially Sony, like Sony charges $70 for games. They want to charge that much for games, and yet they want Sony to put their games on the console, on the PC. What is it? Is it that you want to make consoles fall so everybody can get a PC, so you can feel good about your PC purchase? How you are putting together you doing half the work for these people. I remember how popular Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3 were, but they weren't the Saigons of gaming. Not everybody played Halo. I never played the Halo. I know I played one Halo. I went over to a friend's house who had Halo. But not everybody was a first-person shooter gamer. And I think that's one of the things that I think that narrative is actually comes down to. There are a lot of people that play first-person shooters. And for those of us who just did not play, first-person shooters, that just didn't, their gaming experience weren't first-person shooting, this rings hollow. And Microsoft messed up really badly. Microsoft and Phil Spencer specifically has destroyed Microsoft. But not everybody was a first-person gamer. People crap on Sony in a lot of ways undeservedly, and I will give you that, but right now Microsoft isn't really in conversations. The new Xbox came out and people made a little bit of a fuss about it and was just like, well, I'm not paying attention. Seriously. Yeah, but not everybody was a shooter person. I came around PlayStation and even with Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I was primarily a JRPG person. I was primary and chat we're of course I'm getting one guy because there's one guy in the chat, but if you watch this video and play back, but no, there are people that just weren't shooters, and I think a lot of people that are vocal online forget that it's not everybody wasn't a shooter gamer. But let's keep on with the video.
Service Batman game, an Assassin's Creed Black Flag 2, an actually good Halo game.
He's fun, I like him.
Or just look at what's popular in the mod scene and you'll get a hit. It's actually surprising how little companies do this. I mean, it worked for Dota, it worked for Team Fortress 2, it worked for Battle Royale, it worked for Counter-Strike, and all the gaming companies are like, we should make a Fortnite or a Destiny clone. Suicide Squad.
But that's the weird part about that. Xbox drops more balls than a Super Bowl dispensing machine. That they do that a lot. I don't think that's an excuse. I forget the point that I was gonna make. I forget the point that I was gonna make. Hold on, let me go back. Oh yeah, the point. So here's the thing. There was a report that like years ago where they wanted to either be Call of Duty, Clash of Clans, or you know, World of Warcraft. They wanted to actually they wanted to be like game executives who were looking to make as much money as Call of Duty. It's just what people are seeing is, ooh, a lot of money. And I just looked at this card that this man got. He has a 3080. Probably is waiting to upgrade to a either a 4080 or 4090 if it's not already that one. He has no right to tell somebody about spending too much on okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
Why? Money! But unfortunately, the lack of next-generation games is just the first problem, because these consoles make...
So, the first part is already a lie. We know this is a lie, and we know it's super selective. Let's not talk about the train wreck that... But you're mentioning Microsoft. You're mentioning Halo. That's what I'm saying. All of this is Microsoft and Halo. And if you're just limited to that amount, of course there's no games. Of course they have a poor selection. If that's what you're going to be doing. If that's what you're going to be listening to, if that's what you're going to be having, is just, you know, Halo and, you know, games like Gears of War, Halo, Gears, and Forza, Halo, Gears, and Forza, then yes, you're going to have a limited perspective. But let's go.
Playing games? Kind of difficult. Dude, how is my timing that bad? How? So let's say you get a brand new console. Here's a simple question for you. What should it do? It sounds simple enough.
Play games. That's what it should do. Play games. Let's go.
Right? It should play video games, of course. But there's actually something else that I'm sure you'll remember after this. Now, if you didn't play the GameCube, then that just didn't work. But if you did, it's just one...
Wait, is he... Yeah, I forgot he made this stupid point. He's talking about the boot up screen of a game and how that's just awesome. So that should just hit that nostalgia button in your head and just make you feel like it's awesome. No, that doesn't do that for me. I play games, not opening screens. You have the okay. All right, let's go.
An example of the magical experience a console can actually give players. And in every one of your favorite consoles, you'll find a similar experience when you...
Wait, if he was talking about old consoles and how it felt, so we open it up, why would he put in a video of a dude opening up a Nintendo Switch? Why? It just goes to the dishonestness of this video. But let's go.
You play it for the first time. But what about the Xbox Series X? Oh, it's just an Xbox One, but I guess it's faster now. 600 Canadian dollars faster, I guess. And I guess my $600 wasn't enough to cover the...
No, you don't get to make that. You don't get to make that criticism when in your own picture you have either what looks to be a 3000 series or a 4000 series in your computer. You don't get to make that argument. That's not an argument that you get to make. But all right, let's go.
The ads either. Now, in fairness, when you boot the PlayStation 5, Sony says, "Hold my beer."
And you see this only once. Come on now, like for real, you only see this once when it's initializing. It's not like you see this every time you go and log in. And again, what does that do for you? What does that do for you? You're right, Icon. I am nitpicking because he's nitpicking. He is nitpicking. Oh, for real? Oh, it doesn't start up this way, so it's bad. It's a bad experience because it doesn't start up this way. I'm nitpicking because he's nitpicking. Of course, I am. I admit it.
God, that was like every single PlayStation merged into one super PlayStation, and I loved every second of it.
If you're just bedazzled by colored lights and sounds, I don't know what to tell you. Wait till I show you a game. Like, for real. Wait till I show you a game. If you're bedazzled by that, I know there's not that many games on Xbox. Nobody wants an Xbox. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go to this man's channel. This is talk about curbside music. Where is it? Where is it?
Xbox.
Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox. Game Pass. Keep adding games to my backlog. They say it got no games, man. Don't know what they saying. I just think they hating. Stuck on that PlayStation.
Game Pass. Oh wait. Is this another one?
Kingmatic, nigga, you a fool for this.
Is this one? Is another one?
Yeah.
Wait. This is another one. Wait for it.
Hold on. Let's get it.
Look at all the controllers. More controllers than games. Oh, this is okay. I'm being.
I got that Titanfall joint. Bro, it's so cool, and it's the first edition, yeah, old school. And what you fuck boys knowing about that day one? I ain't played a game with this bitch, but I did play some Netflix, fuck gaming and fuck sex, bitch. I got that camouflage control going, I'm on my tech shit. Midnight Forces 2, that's right, the choice is blue. You Sony ponies is jealous, nobody's moist as you.
I'm being a jerk. I am being a jerk now. I am being a jerk. I'm sorry. Let's go.
But look what happens when I pop in an extremely expensive 90 Canadian.
So, right now, check it out. This is incredibly dishonest. This is incredibly just like, well, the StarCraft, you got, StarCraft, and you got StarCraft, the Brood War expansion. Don't ask me how I know. And for one, I can guarantee you this: the StarCraft, literally, it's a $20 game. You maybe get it for $10. Last time I bought it, because it's a more than 20-year-old game, I paid $20 for it. Actually, I think I got it for free on my on my Blizzard account. What? This is just dishonest. This is dishonest. Now, mind you, the premium official strategy guide, you needed that when you first played StarCraft to understand how to play StarCraft. Especially the Brood War. Oh man, some of those missions was just terribly hard. They were terribly hard. Why wouldn't he show, I don't know, StarCraft 2? Why wouldn't he show the remastered StarCraft? Because that wouldn't fit his... that wouldn't fit his narrative. Microsoft wanted to turn their consoles into a whole multimedia system. Yeah, TV. Yeah, we remember that one. Don't make me go back to the list. Don't make me go back to the curbside list. All right. And unironically, Sony has turned its console to a multimedia center. Unironically, all of the streaming that goes on for movies and TV shows, their own actual online store, they have done it. They have turned their console into a multimedia center. They just said it plays games first. But let's go.
$10 next generation physical game from this incredibly sad and empty plastic box into each console. Yeah, the game needs to install gigabytes of data or download larger and larger patches before you can even get a chance to play. So then you think to yourself, well,
this is where like it kind of really rubbed me the wrong way with this video. This isn't just a console issue. This is the fact that, and he's gonna actually go even more into this to just lead to this dishonesty. This is something that modern games do. There's not just updates on console games. No, console games, and I will be honest with you, when you see it from Microsoft and Sony, they require certification for games to work. So they say, hey, you need to pass cert before you put this on our console. You need to have some level of the game works and for it to be on our console. They have certification. And I don't know if Steam requires it or not, but Steam should require certification. So when you get a game and it doesn't work before it gets to the public, it should work. But let's continue.
Okay, I guess while I wait the mildly frustrating 30 minutes for this game to be ready, I could just, play one of the...
He can't even show the 30 minutes that he's claiming about. He can't even show that it takes that long. Because if you know anybody... No, you can't connect you can't connect your PS5 to a cable box, which you should never connect a cable box to a console, because no, you don't get to tell me what I can actually watch on my cable box or my console and stuff like that. I buy a subscription, and if I want to subscribe to something, then Comcast was a bastard for trying to do that. And I work for Comcast, and yeah, they were a bastard for they were trying to do that at that time. But it still ended up being trying to take over some gaming. It's a lot of stuff people don't remember with gaming that was done, that thank God it died. But it's just that's a different story. Let's go.
The digital games that I already own. But then you find out that when you do that, the network speeds of your consoles are dragged into the frozen depths of HD double hockey sticks. So then you think, fine, okay, all right, I'll just play.
Again, he's bringing up, like, it's one of those things, like, his example is Halo. His example is, seriously, these online multiplayer shooters where it's just like, oh, but I can't play this game, so I need to go into the online. Like, dude, throw in Astrobot. Dude, like, throw in God of War. Throw in Spider-Man 2. Throw in Stellar Blade. Oh, yeah, that's right, because he's an Xbox gamer. But let's go.
Another game today and take the hit on the network speed so I can play the new $90 Canadian next generation physical game from this empty plastic box tomorrow. But then...
Now, mind you, he throws in the $90 physical game from this box. PC gamers use Steam. There are updates on games on Steam. Not only that, there's DRM on Steam. It's there. You can't get rid of it. You can't go around it. It's there. Why are you pointing this out? Why are you pointing it out that you know, you can't update one game without playing other games. It just happens on PC as well. But go ahead.
And the game that you decide to play also has a 60 gig update because of course it does. So at this point you're basically dead inside. But because you're desperate to play anything.
No, you're dead inside for other reasons, but it's not waiting on the game. All right, let's go.
During the 2 hours of time you have left before you have to go to sleep to your corporate soul-sucking 9-to-5 job, you decide to play the most depressing game of Russian roulette to see which of the games you own doesn't need a 200 gig update until you almost assuredly give up and decide to watch someone else play games on YouTube or Twitch instead. And if that...
Wait, what? If you're going to a game and every game needs to be updated, I don't know, for my PS5 or my console, the game only needs to take the time to update for one of two reasons. One, I don't have automatic updates logged on because you can always turn on automatic updates. Or two, you haven't touched that game in a while. This is one of those things where it's just like, we know this is outrage bait. But let's continue.
That's your case, hello and welcome to the channel, okay? Now, at first glance, it seems like the console experience is objectively worse than those that came before, but if you're skeptical like I was, then don't worry because I decided to bust out my older consoles to put this to the test. So,
and this is where this video just gets really dishonest. Really dishonest. This is just like, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. This is getting real dishonest.
For the Xbox Series X, I found my original Xbox from over 20 years ago. The idea is simple. On the original Xbox, I'm going to try to play Halo Combat Evolved, a 20-year-old game. Then on the Series X, I'll try to play Halo Infinite to see which console lets me play the game first.
Now, mind you, if he wants to say, hey, almost all of the code was on the original Xbox. Yeah, no crap, sir. Like, the code for the game was on the disc for the Xbox generation. It was there. And here's the thing. When there were bugs in the game on consoles that weren't connected to the internet, then I'm sorry. Here's the thing. They would just be buggy. And for however crap Halo Infinite. No. This goes to a lot of games. I will say that this goes to a lot of games. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is like we should have saw it like with Ubisoft when they didn't finish Assassin's Creed 2 and left those two missions that were broken for DLC content. We should have actually seen it then, but we didn't say anything. There were some people that raised the alarms, like Stephanie Sterling. They raised the alarm about this when it first came out, about how do you release a game with two broken missions that didn't come out. And that was on the PS3 generation for Assassin's Creed 2. That was something that came out and they didn't complete the mission in time, so they sold it to you as DLC. But here's the thing though. Instead of addressing a generation like that, instead of addressing the 7th generation, why would he go all the way back to the 6th generation when he knows that the 6th generation didn't have update patches that you can do online? It barely had online. But let's go. And see, this is what I mean, right?
Well, that's depressing, but you might not.
This is what I mean, like, yeah, and Halo Infinite is an online game. It takes it. All right. Let's go.
Be convinced. So I repeated this same exact test with the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 2. On the PS2, I'm going to play.
And see, this is what I mean, right? This is exactly what I mean. The PlayStation 2, which literally had to buy an additional attachment for online gaming in order to connect online. This is what I'm talking about. But let's go.
Play Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, and on the PlayStation 5, I'll try Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. So this test was really interesting because even with 4K graphics, Insomniac somehow loaded Ratchet on the PS5 in almost half the time. But unfortunately, what you don't know is both of these consoles needed their games to be pre-installed ahead of.
So, when it beats the test that you're saying that it should not beat, they had to download some stuff into the system, huh? This is what I mean when I said earlier. This man had to hire U-Haul to move all these goalposts. But let's continue.
Ahead of time just so they could compete. Now remember, each of these consoles is playing a game that's pushing their hardware to the limit, but only the previous generations actually let me play the games immediately, and I don't even want to imagine what would happen if these newer consoles weren't connected to the internet. Like, these things have way more power.
If they weren't connected to the internet, you would get a buggy, broken game if you just now starting a game from a disc. Even if you have digitally, you will get a buggy, broken game. And let's not talk about how, again, he talks about the 9th generation, but again, he started off with the 7th generation, talking about the 360 and the PS3, where they downloaded games to the actual hard drive of the game, of the console. But let's go.
They have way faster hard drive speeds, and yet I can just play games faster over there. Because you see, in the 9th generation, the games are worse, the play experience is worse, and in the Xbox Series X,
I guarantee you, if you stack up a game versus, again, let's stack up, God of War Ragnarok versus God of War 3. Now, you may say the God of War 3 had more visceral kills and a very simple story, but the breadth of just combat that you can actually do with something like Ragnarok, or you look at the old Spider-Man games on PS3 versus Spider-Man 2 on PS5, and there's a night and day difference. That's what I don't get about all the experience was. Like, for real, it was. You want to test the two different games? Outside of nostalgia, what's better? But let's continue.
In this case, it barely tries to do anything to trigger any form of nostalgia. I mean, who's launching the Xbox Series X 10 years from now being like,
oh man, the Jurassic...
Not even Xbox likes the Xbox Series S. Oh, wow. Nobody wants an Xbox. It don't matter their services or T-flops. Alright, I'm sorry.
World Dominion ad on the front dashboard that I paid 600 Canadian dollars for, and a subscription to Game Pass and Xbox Live. That's when gaming truly peaked. Ah, yeah, the nostalgia.
So, here's the question.
But I guarantee you they're going to be talking about, man, I remember when I first played Astrobot, it was fun. I remember when I first learned that Astrobot, like when I got to get my PS4 and I was like, oh, the AR, AR system. Like that literally started on my YouTube channel, them having a camera and actually having it where you can start broadcasting. They literally created a genre or boosted the genre on YouTube of console game sharing, because you can just, let me do it to Twitch. Let me do it to YouTube. Man, yeah, that everybody like literally tried to copy them from just streaming directly from a console. Well, let's continue.
If the modern gaming experience boils down to a list of games that are slightly better versions of the previous generation's games that constantly require downloading and or updating, then
first it was no different. Now it's slightly better. It's like the people that's like, you don't need to buy a PS5. You can stick with your PS4. Now that the PS5 Pro comes out, you don't need the PS5. The PS5 Pro, you need the PS5. That's actually good enough. It's like, and you tell these same people when they want to play the graphics on the games that, you don't need a 4090. It's good enough playing with the 2080. Literally, like, that's what this conversation is starting to turn out to. And I get it. there's a lot of shovelware on Steam, just like there's a lot of shovelware on consoles, where you don't need the graphical power of the greatest, GPU or the greatest CPU, that you can just play because they're cheap and they're noticeably some fun games, but they run like crap. You don't need all that power. Of course you don't if you're playing those type of games. But it's just being dishonest about the games that people do buy. People do buy AAA games. They complain about them, yes, but people do buy them. You see games where people are buying games and, to just be like, oh, you don't really need to do that. What? Wait, what? But the numbers, what the chart says, we see it. But let's continue.
Why not just play games on the PC where the games look and run so much better, and I can actually do something else while I wait for my game to download? The truth is, most people wouldn't, which is exactly why we're seeing a dramatic surge in the popularity for PC gaming instead of console gaming that was traditionally.
So here's the thing. There are multiple studies out there that are talking about how, this generation of people play on consoles or PCs and things like that. There are no conclusive studies. And for you to just throw out this one study, again, is dishonest. And secondly, you can get a PC and, you can do streaming on it. And you can play video games. You can do Word documents. You can do your homework on a PC. I have a PC that is used, that started off base started off at $200 that somebody donated to the stream. Shout out to Irish Sweetie, who donated to the stream, who got the PC. Base though, it was $200 and it was used from Amazon. Now I added a graphics card. I have a 1080. That, when I added it to try to boost up my ability to stream, a 1080 cost me $100. Just 4 years ago? That's already $300. $300. Had to add RAM. Not only did I have to add RAM, I eventually added I took out the freaking disk drive for an expanded storage, and I just have a regular SSD, not the new M.2 whatever it's called SSD. It is a lot of money for a computer that can barely stream where I'm not stuttering anymore. I think altogether right now I've spent $500 on this PC. And I dare not try to run a stronger game on it. And I have factory cooling because I just have a fan. I just put a Wi-Fi 5 card in there. And it still will not run the caliber of games that I would need to run that I can just get off of a console. But let's continue.
Always the place to play games first. But there's actually one more reason why people are moving to PC away from the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and it has to do with the way that these consoles treat people. You see, when it comes to video game consoles, there's actually two different eras of communication. The offline era, where you actually had to visit your friends, hang out, bring over a giant CRT TV.
So this part is just like the way he kind of categorizes this. It's kind of weird to say is how the consoles treat people, and we're gonna get into it, but it's just gonna be, if you haven't already drunk the flavor, right? You're gonna be looking at this like, wait, how's that the consoles maker fault? Let's look into it.
In the online era, where you have friends lists, parties, and wonderful messages awaiting you.
Every single person who watches your videos are fucking stupid.
I'm actually nostalgic for it.
Oh, great. Another one of Well, if you don't like me being abusive in the game, then you shouldn't just play the games. Get out of here, you girls. No girls allowed. We can have one girl, but no girls. All right, let's go.
Somehow the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 online community feels like an absolute ghost town where there's technically millions of people playing, but no one ever talks. Y'all feeling a good sense of community?
Oh, Bravo is off.
Taking these zones? Look closer to your fellow man, fellow Spartan.
So, what he is saying is that even though millions of people are playing, because voice chat isn't in specifically games anymore, then that's a problem. Not the makers of the games choosing like, yeah, maybe I don't need to put this in there. But, you know, what he is saying, we should have every 12-year-old telling them how they fornicated with your mother last night and telling you how either you're part of the wrong race, part of the wrong gender, part of the wrong sexuality, and how he's going to screw you to show you how you're just wrong. You know, he's nostalgic for that. And you know what? Here's the sad part about it. I was around for that era of gaming, and usually the people that spewed out that garbage as much as they did had pony jars, or they were closeted, or they're part of the celebrated people. But let's continue.
Your team. I love it. So, let's go back to 2007 to see just what the heck happened. Okay, it's 2007, and for some reason we talk like this. Broken, weird, Canadian, British accent. But that's just what 2007 was like. So, you want to play Halo 3 with your friends and your 360 hasn't red ringed. What are you to do? Well, first you need a microphone to communicate, and thankfully Microsoft graciously includes a pretty decent quality mic for the time with your Xbox 360. That means that anyone and everyone who has a 360 can...
So, now he's bringing up the 360 generation, which is... Oh. All right, come on, let's go.
Communicate online right out the gate. So how do we go about communicating? Well, it is 2007, so communication software is, I'll be blunt, it's terrible. Skype is probably the best out there, but us Canadians, well, we were using MSN Messenger. Fortunately, we're in luck, because sure, the communication software may have been total garbage.
Yeah. Skype and call.
But the software in these consoles were actually magnificent. You see, it had friends lists, a private party system that worked across any game, and like I mentioned before, some of the most wonderful...
They still have that, at least for PlayStation. I know they still have it. I know they still have it. They still literally have it when you can throw some friends in a party and just get at it. But let's go.
Wonderful voice messages you could have ever hoped for.
If I ever see you, I'm gonna f***ing your face wide open, yeah?
Like I said, 2007 was a different...
Yeah, this is what he longs for.
Time. But what about the game itself? How did we communicate with the others? You see, by default, Halo and every other multiplayer game let anyone with a microphone communicate openly. Lobbies were active, parties were well indicated on screen with an icon, and proximity chat was always turned on by default.
So let me get this right. It's a bad experience because game companies don't let you just say anything you want to another player. You just want to get on sometimes after work and just let loose and say whatever you want to do with the boys, because boys being boys. Let's go.
Font.
You don't need communication. That's how you win. Push. You don't need communication.
Mind-blowing, I know. Every single person you played with could be spoken to just like if we were playing sports in person. It was truly a community. But now let us forward back to the present day to see what the new consoles can do. Okay, so it's 2024 and the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X have a few small differences. Despite being more expensive, the consoles no longer come with microphones.
Next generation gaming!
That is a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It is a lie. It is a... Let's go back to this controller right here. there is a microphone on it that, you know, you can sit back and they design it so you can sit back and do this. And not only is there's a microphone, there is a speaker too. And you know what? You know what you can actually do if you want to keep it in a better place. There is a 3.5 mini port that you can plug in a headphone, because most people have better headphones that they bought somewhere else. You said that the Xbox gave you the headphones that was okay for that time, but we've passed that time. The Skull Candy earbuds that I have right now are better than what those headphones used to be. Better. But you're going to pretend like it's not there. Again, this video is super dishonest.
Sony technically provides one embedded in the controller itself, to be fair, but unless you play like a complete psychopath, it's probably not going to gain mass adoption.
Isn't it great that we can just talk right through this controller?
And the sad part about it is, it's not just that it works and it doesn't work the stupid way that he's actually doing it. It's an evolution from the PS4, which did come with an earbud and a mic. They didn't need to do it anymore because their controllers, mic, and speaker is better. This is super weird. This is super dishonest. He's doing this for people that don't have the console or just wants to make, oh, I want to be mad. At PlayStation because reasons. But let's continue. We're almost finished with this.
Controllers
If I ever see you, I'm gonna.
You don't do that. That's weird. Next comes the communication software, and it's pretty much the same as before. But while this sounds great on paper, it's actually pretty bad given that it's been over 15 years. You see, companies like Discord have streamlined the way players.
So, even though it's still, for the console itself, can still do conversations or chats across games, it's bad because they got it right and they didn't need to change it. Now, from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4, they changed it. They made it a lot better. But because they didn't change it after the PlayStation 4, it's bad because reasons. Why you're bringing up the same thing that Discord does just off of a app. Let's go.
Communicate, and the consoles really haven't tried to keep up. The only innovation I could think of was that the consoles did technically add Discord integration, but in fairness,
technically right is still the best type of right. Come on, man. Oh wow, this is just dishonest. Well, they technically added Discord, which I just praised as being the best way of getting it done. What? All right, let's go.
Fairness, using Discord on a PC or a phone still feels infinitely better than the watered down version we get on the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. Like, I just use my phone. Or you know what I probably do is I just go on the PC instead. But okay, what about the games? How are they handling communication 15 years later? Well, let's use Halo again as an example to showcase.
Why are you using just Halo? Again, it's like he has Master Chief's armored plated. Let me stop.
The 15 years of innovation. And the reason I use Halo is because, quite frankly, Halo 2 and Halo 3 were revolutionary for really promoting communication within games. Each of these games kind of pushed.
Yes, and Nintendo was revolutionary for their controller designs, but sometimes they fell behind because the DualSense is actually the best controller out there. The battery life may suck, but it is definitely, especially games that are developed for it, one of the best controllers that give haptic feedback. So much so that Microsoft is imitating them. And yeah, PlayStation imitated the size of the Microsoft controller, but yeah, it's just like, PlayStation did it better. But let's continue.
Things forward, proximity chat,
On the
pre and post game lobbies, that all kind of stemmed from the Halos.
Me like, dude, it's like 5 a.m. where you are. Go to sleep, and I just replied with Halo 3.
It no longer has pre and post game lobbies and hasn't for over a decade. It no longer has proximity.
It is a reason why, literally, because people start getting a little too flippant at the mouth, and it caused these companies to either recognize their game that people are being muted, or people to stop playing their games. It is a reason why companies just didn't feel like they wanted to take that away from you. Companies didn't want to take away how many 14-year-olds told you how often they teabagged your mother last night. They just didn't want to do that just to irritate you. It was costing them monies and players. That's why. And nothing is going to threaten their money. So if it's going to cause them to be threatened, their money to be threatened, they're going to take it out. But let's continue.
Proximity chat. It does, however, support text chat between console and PC crossplay. So that's cool. But they completely block all forms of written or spoken communication with the enemy team entirely. And unfortunately,
I wonder why. And before you start, oh, snowflakes this, snowflakes that. No, it just was causing people not to play. That whole, oh, if you don't like it, don't play it. People started doing that and companies hated that. Because you didn't want to police yourselves. The company said, okay, cool, we about to take this toy away. But let's go.
Fortunately, every game seems to have seen that and decided that rather than figure out a system that works for different communication styles, yeah, it's just easier to block everything completely so no one gets hurt.
What you just...
Yeah. So instead of trying to spend extra money, like, okay, we got this super toxic people here, we got these super nuclear toxic people here, and we need to, differentiate like on a like point to point. Let's have a moderation in every game, in every match, in every time, all the time, so you can actually say, hey, let's just take this person out. So they can also complain about, but my free speech, even though it's a private company, it's a problem. They weren't going to waste the money in trying to figure that out. And then there were people who, I got banned off of this game because I told this one girl of how much she should be assaulted repeatedly because I shot her the best. Nobody wants to deal with that, dog. Even if you're not a snowflake, nobody wants to deal with it. It's weird people like me that will just like, like I would necessarily come back and make your feelings hurt. But not everybody's like me. Not everybody wants to deal with that. Shout out to the people who leave me trash comments in my comment section and you realize that I fight back. I fight back. But let's continue.
Said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's as if you played a game of basketball outside, but no one was allowed to talk to each other, and the only way you could talk to your team was to stop, pick up your phone, and then text them before someone hits you in the face with a basketball.
No, it's as if you're playing a basketball game outside and you're insulting everybody, and everybody says, you know what, I don't need to play basketball with you. That's what it is. Let's use the correct analogy. But let's go.
And that sounds like a weird analogy, but it's like legitimately true. Sure, I guess technically no one has a chance for harassment in that case.
What did you say, punk?
But it kind of...
So you're up for people being harassed. You're okay with people being harassed while they're just trying to enjoy a game. Wait, didn't you just say that the experiences are bad now? You're okay with people being harassed while they're trying to just relax and play a game. Cool beans. That throws out your point about the experience, right? I'm being petty. I know I am. Oh, he is too.
loses a lot of the humanity in the process, don't you think? Look,
wait.
But it kind of loses a lot of the humanity in the process.
So because people can't be harassed, that loses humanity. Who is he making this video for? For real, who is he making this video for? Who is he making video for? The 14-year-olds that told you how much your mama was screaming when they was giving it to her last night? What? Though, oh, the humanity.
process, don't you think? Look, I love video game consoles, their reveals, their launches, and what they do for the industry.
Some form of connectivity is called Xbox 360. Right. So stick with 360, that's your message?
Each one defined a specific part of my life, and I'm pretty sure it did for you guys too. But the honest truth is that
if a console defined your life, my God, you probably need to have more experiences. What defined my life was the first touch of a memory lamp. And the first time, anyway, what defined my life was, I don't know, me leaving high school and starting college, even though I didn't finish, having a family, like that would define my life. Consoles, nah, they just let me play video games. They relax me. I will say the PS4, it kind of did define my life because I just was able to start streaming. But actually, the console itself, not me streaming, is what defined it. The console, no, it didn't define my life. But let's continue.
the 9th generation consoles are just overpriced, poor gaming experiences where the games are held back by less capable machines, corporate greed, and a censored online environment in a world where if I...
But we know, we have the Steam reviews, the evidence that a lot of games are being held back by poor pieces of equipment. We have it where people, they measure graphic cards and CPU, and we know developers are literally saying, hey, we want this. And when consoles like the PlayStation Pro actually gives them that, the tools that they want to work with, oh, it's just too expensive. I know this is 4 months ago, and I know this didn't come out. This came out way before the PS5 Pro announcement. But this seems like one of the guys that will be like, it's too expensive to play a console. He actually said it. He says even for the base consoles, it was too expensive. But he looks as if in his console, he at least has a 3080 or a 4080. But let's go.
Spend a couple extra $100, I get all of that and more on a PC. The market is basically being forced to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid if these problems continue, video game consoles we know and love will die slowly in a wasteland as nothing but a memory. Except...
So here's the thing. In the next few minutes, and I'll show it, what he does is play on people's nostalgia of, look at these video games when you were younger. This is it. These are video games of when you were younger. But it doesn't say anything about what's here now. It's, you don't need a console anymore. Come to the PC. Come to the PC. Come to the PC. And see, this is what I mean. You have a minute of just clips of when you remember when you were younger. Remember when you had less stuff to care about. This is why consoles are bad. Never mind PCs bring the same problem. Never mind that it's a gaming industry problem that's not just specific to consoles. But, you know, PC.
People all over the world for, love of games.
See.
Are you excited? I am now.
And here's the thing. Let's go right here.
If you enjoyed the video, you're beautiful, you're goose-tastic, and as always, keep it cute.
If you're playing a game like this, then I'm sorry, my friend. I think you may need to not play games and work on your personality. But anyway, I know I'm being petty. I'm sorry, I'm being petty. Oh, this video took a lot longer than what I expected to do. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. And if you have comments to say, I welcome the comments. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this video segment here, and thank you for watching. Peace. All right, if you're watching on stream, give me a second. I'll be right back. That video took way longer than what I expected it to take. Let me see if I can find it. You know what? Here's the thing. If you guys look at this video from back 6 years ago, oh my goodness. March 9th, 2018. Wow, that was a long time ago. Look at this video, man. Look at this video. Right when I was starting my lock journey. Now this a whole bunch more gray. You see like the old models that I have of my Guardian characters. So yeah. The Guitar Hero's been back in the back.
I am required to tell you guys that some of the things I may say may upset a couple of people. I'm also required to say that I have stopped taking my medication, and what you hear, well, it may be the unfiltered me. Let's go.
I still have this intro.
Afternoon, people. Doing a little bit of a blog post, kind of a
the classic Crimson. Oh my god. I actually still have the katana. It's actually somewhere. Yeah. This is like 2 apartments ago. And like no lie, like you can actually still catch this video. This is like my whole like don't fall for the PC master race. Oh my god, that was 6 years ago. Oh wow. Let's see. Like how many I don't need to know how many last lifetime. Oh my god, let's look. This video has had 19 views. Well, that hasn't changed much in the last 6 years. I still get those videos that are like 19 views, but you know, like check out the old video. When you get the chance to check out the old video, like that's awesome. As a matter of fact, hashtag. That's not a hashtag. Shut up. Stop. Oh god, this video is old. Let me just update some information. Okay, that's what that playlist is. Let me update some information. No, not people in blocks. This is entertainment. I'm just pulling up, giving it a little bit of time because we're gonna go to another video soon. Oh man, that is a old video. Wow, that is an old video. I still actually have that shirt. Next sarcastic comment in 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm gonna do one more video, and I don't know how long this is actually gonna take. I may not actually finish it, but let's go ahead and do this. Last video. Give me a second. You know what? Let me call audible. Is this going? No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
You're off work and you.
That's what I was gonna look up. All right, cool. We're gonna do an audible. This is gonna be fun. Guys. Let's go to these.
Blind date.
All right. Let's go. All right, so let's go. All right, so let's cover the last video for today. I know I'm only doing 2 videos today, and that's fine. We're gonna make it work again. You already know what I'm gonna do. So I saw this video. I pre-watched it because I didn't know when I was on stream. But let's talk about the ongoing struggles. And I know I recently did a video, but I don't care. Let's talk about the ongoing struggles. And this video is a little bit old, obviously, about Myron and Walter and how they struggle to make money on social media. But this time, at this particular instance, it wasn't because of Myron. I know, shocking. It wasn't because of Myron. But let's go.
Take accountability. Wait, am I wrong? I don't know why that's so funny.
Just everybody. First, it's funny for 2 reasons. Because, 1, Myron has never expected Preach to take not Preach. Cool. Myron has never expected Fresh to take accountability of anything. And secondly, the person that got Fresh and Fit demonetized on YouTube was Myron. The person who got them demonetized off of, Twitter was Myron. All of this stuff about Myron being mad and just looking serious about him. How dare Fresh open up his mouth to say something that gets us demonetized or banned? Oh, how dare they? But let's go. I'm spoiling it.
You see Myron get banned on Twitch?
Again! You idiot!
They got reinstated. The funniest thing happened. So the ban happens, right? Myron goes on this rant about like Sims or whatever it is. I guess during it, I think Walter may have said something that he shouldn't have said, one of the words. And so they start arguing about who got them banned. Yeah.
Simp too many times, man.
Simp?
Yeah.
Bro, what do you expect? You can't do this on Twitch, right? Okay, repeal the 19. Women listen, I am glad women can't vote. Castle is now the real frontier. Let's Castle go!
Now, mind you, this is the most active you've seen Fresh been like ever. He's just letting it go. He being excited as much as coconuts in Barbados. What happened was. All right, let's go.
My nigga's a Castle Club. Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, it's fine, bro. We're just sick from Rumble Castle Club. That's it. That's funny shit, though. Told you.
Why you not laughing?
It's a 7-day suspension.
Yeah.
So chat, update.
It's a 7-day suspension for hateful slurs is what it says. So. Could have been anything. Nigga. 100% that's what it was. You think so? 100% because you said. Yeah. I don't know, man. You said F streamers, fuck these simps. I guarantee you it's
So the word that they're saying that they got them banned was, and I'm glad this is the reason why I pulled this video out, because it was the F slur. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. I'm using a video. But look, and Myron's just mad. How dare you get us suspended on the platform where I got us blocked and demonetized off of all of these other platforms before? How dare you? Email me, Rasta, email me, and I may be able to do something. we can talk about that later. By the way, speaking of finishing the content, like I finished the Stitch. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind. But that was just recent. I just finished that recently. All right, let's go.
Because simp isn't a hateful slur. It's,
Let's
I promise you, bro.
Let's find out.
I literally have. Wait, is this is crazy? Is it Fresh that got his band?
Nah, bro. Don't put it on me, nigga.
We ain't putting it on.
Everybody's like, nah. We don't put that Fresh. This you? Nah, we don't put that Fresh.
Fresh W is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, nigga, I don't want to. Nah, nigga, I'm good.
Do you want me to turn on music? Nah, bro. I'm telling you, it says hateful slurs. It's 100% because you said Fresh.
Nah.
Because if it was simp, it would have been bullying.
Bro, we would have been banned regardless.
Look, bro. Look.
Now, what Fresh is saying is true because Myron was going on his whole little rant talking about how simp this and simp that and all that other good stuff, and he was just going at it. He was saying how men are weak, and even though they weak, they supposed to be leading because they're men, and he likes a soft man that like holds them, and so they can being boys. Let's go.
Look. Even if it was for simp,
either way, we would have been banned regardless.
Oh, now this nigga saying it would have been banned regardless.
Did I not call the ban beforehand? Did I not say?
But nigga, you said like that's just like you on Twitch, that's an automatic L,
bro.
So here's the thing. Just because you call something out doesn't mean that it's still not wrong. And I don't understand. I definitely don't get with the type of show that they do and how loose a lot of these. It just came to me. It just came to me. I was about to say how loose they are with these words. The words that they say that are literally offensive. But if you know you can't say a word, but you're getting all mad that anything's coming out your mouth, is that really performative or you really feel that way? If Myra's gonna get you shouldn't have said that, but you go on these rants where you throw cups down talking about again. It kind of leads me to believe that you may actually just be doing this as a performative, just to show that I'm mad and you should get mad with me. I don't know, but let's go.
Because the last time we got banned on Twitch was because we said 100. That's what it was.
We were told over 1,000. You said certain things. They got banned us regardless. So either way,
yeah, it was for you, nigga.
Nah, bro.
Take it, bro. Literally, it says.
Hold on. Yeah, we got him. Listen, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Controversial.
Yeah, no, of course.
Walter is loving this for all the stuff that Myron has done to cause them financial ruin. Walter is loving this because now Myron is getting mad. Myron has said, well, I'm just saying I'm keeping it real. I'm going to talk the way I want to talk, and they don't want nobody going to stop me, and I don't care if I don't get monetized. But now Myron is over there having a conniption fit because, oh my God, I am losing money because of this fool. No matter how many times that it cost us to lose money before, now he's seriously mad. Myron is mad. Let's go.
Controversial. Hey, listen. Pushing the chat. Hey, man, I kept it real. I kept it non-PC. We're going all the way. If it was going, we're crashing out.
That's why everybody is laughing, because everybody know that when Myron was getting them banned and kicked off of stuff, he was like, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just saying what I wanted. It's 10 toes down. I'm 10 toes down. Now this is happening, and Myron is looking mad. Like, when we get off this, I'm gonna whoop your ass. All right, let's go.
If it's a bullying, I would have said, all right, it's
crashing out.
If it was bullying, I would be like, yeah, that was me saying simp.
W, we're crashing out.
Who's taking care of your cameras? Hyenas? Yeah, they're dying back there. And I don't blame them. And you look at Fresh, and Fresh is be like, yo, we kept it real. He's basically mocking Myron because Myron's the one who got them banned before, so he's imitating him. And he's like, bro, you're not going to put that shit on me. After you got us banned for the one thing that was making us the most amount of money, you're not going to put me on this. After you did all that shit on YouTube, and I warned you. And he's right. And people laugh at Fresh. They say he's a dumb one or whatever it is. And in a lot of ways, he just really is useless. But he's not wrong about this. He's not wrong.
Exactly.
He's not wrong. In this case, he's been telling him like, yo, why do you guys always got obsessed about talking about these Jews all the time and doing all this conspiracy stuff and bringing up with it?
Did that a couple
and Myron's like, I gotta keep it real. Gets him banned, doesn't apologize. You ask Myron to apologize, take care about it. I don't.
But people.
Yes, exactly. This is why it's just so poetic. This is what we call poetic irony. All right, let's go.
I'll ask Myron, do you regret getting demonetized? No.
I fucking don't.
And now he's trying to put on Fresh. That's crazy.
Why you pointing
Why are
you pointing at me when you say Fresh?
Point it to the person beside me. That's you.
Thank you. Shit.
Y'all both in the Caribbeans.
Coconuts in Barbados. All right, let's go.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
One all the way. These platforms. Rumble and Castle Club. Only.
Castle Club, bro.
Let's go, niggas.
That's the funniest this dude's been.
And Myron is bad.
Livid. Vex.
Yo. But true though. I'm like, nah.
Myron is up there mad, just fuming, just mad. First of all, because they were cut, you know, effectively Fresh stepped on his rant. But this is all the stuff that Myron has been doing. And oh my God, this is the stuff that Myron has been doing. And everybody's right. There is on camera Fresh like, hey, stop with this, you know, anti-Semitic stuff. Like, okay, you didn't say it, this is the anti-Semitic stuff, but what is that gonna do about things right now? He said that. It's on tape. They have it on tape. But Myron, because I stand 10-toe down, yeah. Because he wanted to be real, because everybody who was talking about Fresh don't contribute. He doesn't seem amped up. He seems like he's just sitting there. You can replace Fresh with pressing 3 or 4 buttons on your show. The minute he started wilding out and actually be entertaining, then it's a problem for y'all. Well, let's continue.
I wasn't a sample. Hey.
He's dying. Yo, he's dying.
That laugh is crazy.
Because they're like, bro, you never take accountability. You are never apologetic for all the mistakes you made, but you blame someone else for that?
If it was me, that'd be Fresh in the chat, bro. Get to real to the very end. No, nigga, the chat said L Fresh. I said, okay, let's go.
Myron is just mad. He looking like, I'm about to get rid of you. I'm about to get rid of you. Myron is just looking like, yo, I'm about to get rid of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said it because they're pissing you off. No, I'm not pissed off. I just want to be a part of the team. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh. Hey man, let me go to the chat, man. Let's go. Let's go. We did it, boys. We did it.
Myron is just mad. Like, not only did he lose money, but the stuff that he's been doing is being thrown back in his face. Like, this is what we was talking about earlier. How you just going off on rants to try to get an audience or seem like you 10 toes down and we lose money is because you. Well, let's continue.
Let's go!
Yo, Fresh is being so passive aggressive. Fresh is being and you can already see like this partnership there's not gonna last. Myron's already started a podcast with other people. You can see the way that they're talking. You can see Fresh resents him for how he got the YouTube thing demonetized and how he insists on doing all these other topics. And you can see Myron's looking at him like, bro, I carry the show. How you gonna get us banned on anything? Like, you can look at this dynamic and you can tell 2 to 3 years from now this shit not gonna last.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah. This passive aggressiveness.
Oh, less than that.
It wouldn't last. It's probably not gonna last 2 to 3 months. Probably gonna last 2 to 3 months. Myra's just sitting up there, just like, man, when we get off this air, I'm gonna clock you in your face. All right, let's go.
Woo! Fuck these platforms, bro. Fuck YouTube. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Twitch. We love Rumble though.
Mind you, this was the thing that Myron was just saying. This was what Myron was just saying. His little rant, his little spiel. Every time he gets banned off a platform, this is what he says. That's what he says.
That's all we need. Next topic. Next topic, please.
He's repeating everything.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's afraid to take accountability.
It's bad when the people on your podcast even know. When they even know the joke. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's hilarious. Oh man. This is gold.
They're going.
I don't know why that's so funny. What? Listen, I take full responsibility and accountability for being real on camera. And if you don't like it, go to Soy Tube and Twitch Ship Tube and stay over there. Here comes the glove, we keep it real.
Put 10 toes down. Myron is mad. Myron is mad. He is upset.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Hey, man. Let me fresh, bro. Keep it. Bro, this is real.
I wish I was allowed to record that moment, bro.
Yeah, but you guys do realize, like, that's literally, I'm looking right, I looked at the thing, go look at it on my computer. It literally says for hateful speech. Directly.
Oh, it's fine though. Listen, you know what? We'll reset in 7 days, and we won't say a word. Come on,
Mark, dead ass, bro.
Wait, we reset in 7 days, and we won't say that one word. We'll continue.
He's just upset. No, and the thing about it is, they got their Castle Club, they got their Rumble, where they can make all types of money because reasons. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you?
Continue on the same day. Deal?
Yo, this guy is big. According to a pattern I already know, he wants to punch somebody in the face. But he wants to say it, but he's not going to do it.
Deal?
You want to try again?
Let's try again.
Wow.
Listen, I didn't hold back. I was supposed to hold back.
Yo, Mark was dead ass.
Level 10 hype train?
Only Castle Club getting this one.
Yo, this is actually good for us because we're keeping it real.
Castle Club get this though.
He said it's actually good for us because we keeping it real. Oh wow. Oh wow. You know that these are the things that Myron had said to him or tried to convince him of when they lost money. But let's go.
Come on, bro. You're not proud of me?
You just know that these guys talk shit about each other when they're not around.
Yes.
This kind of passive
100%,
aggressiveness,
100%.
you can feel it.
100%.
That's crazy.
100%. Because he just went off on this tangent and everybody was in on it. They know exactly. They've been talking about that. So it's probably since the demonetization, I don't know, I've never been demonetized, so I don't know how to say that word. But anyways, ever since they got demonetized.
That's not even a word in my dictionary because I never had to deal with it. All right, let's go.
And he's not taking it. He's like, no, it's cool. He does the way he acts. Everything is cool. I don't think the team, and
I will say, people always talk about Fresh being the stupid one, but even he could see how fucking dumb this behavior was. So you have to give him credit because, even though he's wrong on most things, and even though he is a trick, and even though he doesn't pretend like he's not, this is one thing that he's just not wrong on. That really was dumb, and it cost him millions. And even though this podcast would not exist without Myron and all the work that he's put in, you could also see that Fresh would have never made some of the mistakes that Myron made. And that's okay to acknowledge that. But they resent each other. He resents Fresh because he doesn't feel like Fresh contributes enough. And then Fresh resents him because he thinks he makes dumb business decisions that cost him, and they're both right.
This is true. This is actually true. And for all it's worth, for all the, we're going to lap you in like a year, these two people on screen have went up while Myron and Walter have gone down with coconuts in Barbados.
So it's interesting to watch from the outside. It's a little entertaining.
Yo, a team laughing at you like that, like everybody's laughing. The only person not laughing is you.
Yeah, here's another example. Here's one here.
Yo, whatever.
Only one. Look, man. Yeah, okay.
There are Jews that are 100% part of the ruling class, 100,000%.
Yeah.
It's just I don't agree that they're the majority. I don't agree.
I have a question. Pointing out who's behind the. No, hold on. This is very important.
Shut up.
See. That's what I mean. You know that Fresh is just like, yo, can we stop doing this? Can we stop it? Even if it's a conspiracy, can we start making the people mad that's controlling our money? Because I don't want to go back to that call center. I work at a call center. I don't want to go back to a call center. Literally.
He started talking, and then Myron went, oh, here we go. Meaning they've already discussed what they're about to discuss, and Myron's already dismissed it. Now listen.
Pointing out who's behind the scenes, pulling strings, what does that do? Someone please tell me. What does that do?
I guess it just...
Other than make you a target.
No, 100%. 100%.
What does that do for the public?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people probably didn't know that just now, and now they know.
What are they going to do
behind
with it?
the
What are they going to do with it?
The COVID thing.
What are they going to do with it?
Education is important, bro.
To do what?
This is a conversation that you do not have on stream with people that you're supposed to be doing a show with, dog. This is a conversation where it's just like, no, like this is more like stop having this so we can at least not make ourselves a target. Like for real. Let's go.
It's like a freshman. Not gonna have this discussion with you. Bro.
I'm just saying.
Always like, bro, why are you
There's no point calling out people.
All right, we'll go back to you two then.
Cannot
so
defeat.
Fresh could feel safe. Let's go. Let's just go back to you.
Oh, Andrew, am I correct or no?
I'm just drinking my coffee, listening to this combo, bro.
Even the guests are like, yo, I'm not getting into this one. All right, let's go.
I'm the only one. Common sense here,
man.
Yeah.
You said 3 years. I say 2 months.
No, gotta give people long that. These things take. It's a process.
The process is already in.
All right, yeah. I just felt like I wanted to laugh about that, which is it's hilarious. It's definitely hilarious, and we're seeing the downfall of the Fresh and Fit podcast, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it because they led so many guys to be victims. They led so many guys to be abusers, not of just women, but of themselves as well. And it's done with. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching this clip. All right, guys. All right, so we're gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna go fix myself some lunch, and I thank everybody who sat back and watched, and thank you guys for subscribing. If you want to actually help out the channel, you want to help out the show, you can go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, support my Patreon, and yeah, just want to say thank you for watching, guys, and take us away, Richard.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you've dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely. Get
this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
The system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.